Greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping Teacher. I want to start off by saying congratulations to Sensei Domino 15 on being over 500 subscribers. And he has 3 questions for his VR. And just like our good friends over at 3 Good Nerds, Justin, he answered all 3 questions. I will do the same. I'm not going to be a slacker during the summertime. So first off, I want to shout out one channel that's under 500. And when I actually looked at it, I could not believe it. Mr. 95 Cents. He's usually giving us 2 videos, Tuesday and Saturday. I always enjoy them. I'm learning something. I'm watching something. You could get something for free. You're watching cards being opened. But he has an outstanding channel. So he'll have his card shop find, show you some older cards you probably have never even seen before. Just watch some dinosaur cards. You know, they blew up the police station. The kids took over. It kind of reminded me of Red Dawn almost, but with dinosaurs. Just entertaining. He's giving away cards every week. He opens cards at the end of his videos. Awesome. So if you're watching me, you're probably already subscribed to him, but if the chance you are not, go and subscribe to Mr. 95 Cents. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee that much right there. All right, so how has my collection changed? Well, obviously, like most of the people here, I collected as a youth and then stopped for a while. Once my parents stopped buying me stuff and I had to buy things, or I had to cut some things out, and cards were one of those things. But I would buy my boys usually fat packs from Meijer or Walmart that were on clearance for like $3.99. Football Score was one of our favorite. I was buying that for them. And then the one day I had bought a Mosaic pack. I was like, man, these are awesome. So kind of since then we've been buying cards, but also doing this YouTube channel. And my boys have been wanting me to do a YouTube channel for some time. I'm like, no, not really. Being a teacher, that first spring during COVID, like just going online like every day, bringing the kids in, like we didn't, do much educating, more of just like social, emotional things, bring the kids together. We have kind of different contests. One of the things I enjoyed doing as a kid was making obstacle courses in the yard. So I kind of challenged them, like, make an obstacle course. Have your parents film it. Let's all watch the video together. So we had a good time. That following year, a lot of kids were back in school, one shape or another. I taught a section of students that either their parents chose or their parents chose for one reason or another for them to stay at home. So I was remote the entire year, and it was tough. But my deal was I'm going to educate and entertain to make sure that they were there. Greetings and welcome to the 4th grade virtual Academy. Today is July 10th, 2023. How are we doing? The kids were just first like, what is this guy doing? But eventually it was kind of like Price is Right. They had signs up, how they're doing, thumbs up, kind of wear costumes. So the first 10 minutes was like just warming everyone up, getting people ready for the day, kind of getting them hooked in for the day. I think I gave that introduction correctly. But we taught the lessons like we normally did. I had an outstanding paraprofessional that was helping me along the way, and she kind of made sure kids were engaged as well. But one of my favorite things was, 2 favorite things. One of them was kind of like a Paul Harvey type thing. I would kind of tell kids, people in my life that they should know. Now you know the rest of the story kind of thing. It kind of reminds me of Mr. 95 Cents in his card shop characters. But one of my favorite, I'll do it really quickly, was the Rocks. You have to know the Rocks. Now, the original Rock was Larry McCarron for the Green Bay Packers. He's also their announcer right now. But the Rock that most people know, Dwayne Johnson. And then finally, the Rock of Woodridge. And during COVID, like anything you needed, big or small, the Rock was there. The one day I was kind of trimming around the side of our house here. We had some older like cable wires and stuff, but I cut the actual wire and cable went out, which meant I could not do anything online. I did not want to tell my wife about this because she would be pretty mad. So I went to the Rock. It was kind of like calling the wolf in, what was that movie with Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta, and the Rock went out there. Now understand, the Rock, he actually cut off a couple of his fingers in a snowblower accident, but he took these microfibers and he just spliced them all together internet has never run better than when the Rock spliced those things together. If I would tell kids stories like that, you know, if I knew when the kids were having birthdays, we would shout them out. But if Grandma was there having a birthday, we would shout out Grandma. We just had fun, but we did our work as well. And honestly, it could not have gone better. But of course, it's good to have students back in the room. I just kind of start talking. The kids love when I start talking because I'll get off on all kind of crazy tangents, I guess. But also, what was I going to say there? I kind of forget now. But my favorite cards, and this is kind of pretty much what I have left from my childhood. I have given Graham and Jax a lot of my cards, but it's my Mark Grace binder right here. All full of Mark Grace cards. And one of my favorite ones, again, going back to Mr. 95 Cents, was the Collectabooks. I mean, I would love getting these, reading them about Mark Grace. See what Mark says. You've always got to be on your toes and never take anything for granted. And that's really good advice there. I'm going to go through personal stuff, career highlights. So this is from one of my collections. As a kid, I had this, but I have won a couple of his contests, and he has tossed in a couple of collectibles in there. But he was my favorite player. I would kind of either look at his baseball cards, his stances he was fielding, or when I was watching him. And one of the things you may notice is Mark Grace never wore batting gloves. And when I wanted batting gloves, my dad was like, well, you know, Mark Grace, he doesn't wear batting gloves. Are you sure you want batting gloves? So I never had batting gloves. It was his way of getting out. I mean, at that time, probably, you know, one batting glove was $12. They're probably like $50 now, until this card right there, Mark Grace wearing gloves on the bases. Only card I've ever seen with Mark Grace wearing gloves. Cool thing is, Graham eventually, when the Cubs did win the World Series, he put these World Series cards in there for me. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I rambled on a lot here. If you are not already a subscriber of Sensei Domino 15, please definitely give him a sub. Mr. 95 Cents, give him a sub. Jax is just coming out here. Jax, anything you want to tell the people? Yeah. Man, a few words. I like that. On summertime, there we go. All right, I'm tired from my business trip playing golf over the weekend. I'm going to take a nap right over there. But class is dismissed. That's right.